Hello and welcome to a mini lesson on blended learning in public education. This lesson will have four main objectives. First, we will define blended learning. Then, we will briefly compare traditional model of instruction with blended learning model. Furthermore, we will take a look at four major types of blended learning and will outline key advantages and disadvantages of blended learning in public education. So what is blended learning? By definition, blended learning combines classroom learning with online learning in which students can in part control the time, pace, and place of their learning. When comparing traditional model of instruction to blended learning model, we can identify a few main differences. In traditional model, teachers typically deliver lectures in front of the class. The students have a passive role in learning process. The learning materials are usually hard copy, paper-based materials, and assessments are traditional paper tests. On the other hand, in the blended learning model, the teachers act as instructional guides. The students are active participants and are engaged through interactive online activities. They're assessed via automated quizzes, tests, graded discussions, and other types of formative and summative assessments. The feedback is detailed, personal, and is provided in a timely manner. There are as many as 12 types of blended learning. However, today we're going to focus on four major types: station rotation, flipped classroom, project-based learning, and flex learning. In station rotation, students rotate through a minimum of 3 stations during class period. One station is typically instructor-led, with a mini lecture, an open discussion, and a quick formative assessment included. In the second station, the students have an opportunity to participate in collaborative activities such as surveys and interviews, case scenarios, and role plays. Finally, in individual stations, students can further practice their skills through online interactive activities or could receive further instruction through videos and step-by-step demonstrations. In flipped classroom model of blended learning, the instruction is reversed, with students receiving lectures online at home, while typical homework activities are moved into the classroom. The key advantage of this model of instruction is extra class time spent on in-class assignments, discussions, and group projects. The teacher is also available to answer questions regarding these activities, as opposed to students having to complete assignments alone at home without any support. The third type of blended learning model is project-based learning. PBL is defined as the act of learning through identifying a real-world problem and developing its solution. Students begin this process with a driving question, which is followed by a comprehensive research. Students are also given a voice and choice regarding the steps they are to take and methods they are to use to complete the project. Throughout the project, the teacher will assess the student progress through various checkpoints. Once the feedback is received, students will reflect and revise their projects before presenting the solution to an audience. The key focus of project-based learning is the development of critical thinking and problem-solving skills through completion of authentic, hands-on projects. The last type of blended learning instruction is flex learning model. This form of instruction is done 100% online. Each student follows a personalized learning plan, while a teacher of record is available for one-on-one support if needed. The flex model of learning is done in traditional brick-and-mortar school in a computer lab environment. Today, in public schools, majority of credit recovery lessons are done via flex learning model of instruction. Now, before we complete our lesson today, we will quickly take a look at some of the advantages and disadvantages of blended learning model. As previously stated, some of the key advantages of blended learning is students' ability to control the time, pace, and place of their learning. On the other hand, some of the disadvantages of blended learning model include students' lack of motivation and accountability to complete their work on time, occasional technology issues and errors, and reported cases of plagiarism and academic dishonesty. However, even with these listed disadvantages, blended learning model of an education continues to grow in public schools across the nation. And with the technology integration on the rise, blended learning is expected to continue to evolve. This concludes our mini lesson on blended learning. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me or leave me a comment below. My name is Violetta Cini. I'm a technology coach, a French teacher, and a future instructional designer. My career motto is, find a way to connect the dots between your passion and your profession. Once again, I thank you for joining me today. Until the next time, or as French would say it, à la prochaine!